So sorry for the light back there. Um, of course, every time I record, it's the brightest time of the day. So I have nothing to cover it up, so you have to live with God in the background. So yeah, today I'm gonna be doing my favorite songs I've been listening to this past year. Yeah, let's get to it. So the first one I have in alphabetical order um, is Billy Idol's "Eyes Without a Face." Now, oh, if you're if you were born after 2005, you might not know this song. I mean, yeah, they do play it on like they don't play it on the radio a lot, but they do play it quite a bit, like here and there. You'll hear it on the radio and stuff. But yeah, Eyes Without a Face. I actually used to not like this song, which is pretty weird. Um, when I was younger, for whatever reason, I just never liked it. Um, because it's a really good song, and as an adult, because I haven't listened to it in a really long time, I really like it now. Um, so yeah, Eyes Without a Face is one of the songs I've been listening to. Um, I think it's a perfect song in my opinion. So yeah, that's why I've been listening to it. Next up on my list is show the record. Shit. It's Christian Death. Romeo's Distressed. This is my favorite. Actually, like many people's favorite Christian Death song. It's their most iconic song. I think it's honestly, I think it's one of the most uh, perfect songs ever made, in my opinion. A lot of people don't like it because uh, he says the N word in it in the very beginning. Even though the song is about racism, I'm pretty sure the song is supposed to be like the perspective of a Klansman. Kind of what goes through. I think I forgot that the song is about I think it's about a Klansman who falls in love with a black girl. I think that's what the song's about. Um, so yeah, it makes sense why that would be. It's the whole Django Unchained thing. Like people get mad that there's the N word, and it's like, but that's what those racist slave, owners said back then. So what can you do? Like, are you just gonna lie about history? So yeah, great song, great album. Um, Up next is CD is Colts. I Can Hardly Make You Mine. This song actually a lot of people probably know what it is. It was in that movie that shit remake I never watched of Carrie. The second remake. I never watched it, but apparently the song's at the end of the credits. But the song, I actually like this album. Most people like this album, but I know that there's some critics and so Anthony Fantano didn't like this album. I actually think it's a pretty good album. Sure, it's not like unique. There's been a lot of like indie type bands that have made albums like this and stuff, but so it's not special. But I actually think it's one of the better ones out of those type of albums. Uh, but I Can Really Make It Mine's the best one here, I think. I just like I like her vocals on it. I like the how the just the guitar tone in the song and the that kind of I just like that. And her vocal was like, you know, that shit. Because the first time I listened to this album was this year, and I freaking played that song on repeat, dude. I was listening on repeat. So yeah. Next up, well, album of the same name is The Cure, Disintegration. This you know, well, I've always loved this album. This has always been one of my favorite albums, but and I like, you know, all the songs on here, but this Disintegration might be my favorite song here, but for some reason, this is the Cure song I've been listening to the most this year. I just love it. It's perfect in every way. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. Now, what else we got? Oh, so a song from a band I just discovered called Czar, and the song is Today. And if you listen to that song, you'll know what it possibly was sampled in, which is Tyler Creator's Puppet. And that part that goes do 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 do, that part was sampled from the song. And Czar is a great hidden gem, and you should listen to them. Next up is an obscure Duran Duran song called Who Do You Think You Are, which actually might be my favorite song from them. It's from one of their albums. I forgot what the album was called. From the late 90s that nobody really listened to. But it's actually a really good song off of it. And yeah, you should check that one out. Next up we got... This one was hard. Well, first of all, it's him Razorblade Romance, but I've listened to this album so much this year that it's yeah, it's just crazy. But I could say almost every song on here, but I just picked my favorite one, which was Razorblade Kiss. I would say technically pretty much every song on this album, but Razorblade Kiss is my probably my favorite one on here. So yeah, I would recommend. And Peel needs to stop making fun of this band. I know that their later stuff aren't as good, but just stop making fun of it. A lot of metal dudes like making fun of them, but they're a great band, so they can eat a chode. Alright. Next up, possibly, it has to be in the top 10, probably top 10, no, let's say top 15 greatest songs ever made, which is Iggy Pop, China Girl. Now, a lot of people don't know that China Girl is a remake of the David Bowie song. China Girl is a remake of an Iggy Pop song, and the Iggy Pop one is way better in every single way, and it's in the top, I think it's in the top 15 probably greatest songs ever made. It's perfect in every single way. That the shrieking at the end, actually it's more like the middle of the song, and or no, it isn't really shrieking, but he like yells, does this little scream, but yeah, great song, awesome. Next up we have Kanye West. Specifically, I've listened to this album a lot this year, but Flashing Lights is the song that stands out. I've listened to a lot. It's probably, I've listened to a lot of Kanye in general, but it's this Kanye song I've listened to the most this year. Um, I almost put "Devil in a New Dress," but I've always listened to that song. I've listened to that song for years, so it's not anything new. But and "Flashing Lights" is one of those songs I've always liked but never listened to that much. But until this year, I listened to it a lot and really appreciated it. I think it's one of the best songs he's ever made. So yeah, "Flashing Lights." Who doesn't like that song? I don't think there's anybody that dislikes that song. Next up is I'm gonna butcher this. El Arc Incel. It's not incel, but it sounds like incel. It's El Arc Incel. Incel? El Arc Incel? I think it's incel. It sounds like incel. I'll write up on the screen when I'm editing this, but El Arc Incel. Inimon? This is a Japanese rock band. The song actually sounds like, well, most of their music in general sounds like it'd be on the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack. Yeah, it's a great song. I actually discovered it because Vince Gallo COVID-19. Vincent Gallo filmed the music video for the song. And that's how I discovered it. In the band's other stuff. Next up is another Japanese band, Massive Fermenting Dregs. After the Speed. Another band I discovered this year that I really like. I don't think I don't know if they're still a band or not. Cause the album's pretty. They put out a few stuff. The album's pretty old. It's from like 2009, I think. But it's a great song and band. Next up, we have My Bloody Valentine. She Found Now. I just re-listened to the last My Bloody Valentine Day album recently, and it's freaking good. I don't know why people really give it mediocre reviews. I honestly think it could be better than Loveless. And She Found Now is this, yeah. It could be my favorite My Bloody Valentine Day song. It's just great. We got, this one's gonna be a weird one. We got Nerd, N-E-R-D, with Tape You. Tape You is my favorite song off this album, and I think it's perfect. This album is a hidden gem, an underrated hidden gem. A lot of people avoid this album because Pharrell's on it, and either because of they don't like him now because of Happy and all the random crap he's been doing, or they even like him back then because they thought he was a douche who, produced for Britney Spears and stuff. But this album is a hidden gem. It's great, original. Doesn't sound like anything, but Tape You's the one that's my favorite. So yeah, I just wanna tape you all night. Come on, it's too good. Okay. Got Nirvana with Serve the Serpents. I used to not really like this album that much, but now I actually really like it. The only songs I don't like it on here are really like the radio singles, because I never cared. They always sound like worst versions of like the Nevermind song. This might be controversial because a lot of people like the radio hits on here, but the deep tracks on here I think are some of the best Nirvana songs. But Serve the Serpents, I think I like Drain You better. Drain You always says my favorite Nirvana song, but I think Serve the Serpents is second to that. So yeah, Serve the Serpents is great. Alright. We got Queens of the Stone Age with In the Fade. This song is actually pretty interesting because it sounds like it came out in 2000, and it sounds like a 2000s like typical alternative rock single song, but it's a lot almost like heavier, and the song actually abruptly ends. But it's interesting. It's the only song on the album that sounds like it could. It wasn't the single for the album, but it sounds like it would be the single, the band single, but it's not. It has a good message about pretty much live till you die. So it's a great song. Alright, then some of these I don't own. There is one I do own, but one CD I do own, but my dad is borrowing it right now. So there won't be any CDs for the rest of the video, but or records or anything like that. But we got the Stooges, Iggy and the Stooges, whatever you want to call it. Search and Destroy. Perfect song. Got Sweet Trip, Milk. Sweet Trip, you have to listen to. Underrated band, amazing, amazing, amazing. Probably my favorite Sweet Trip song. We got Undertones, Teenage Kicks, which a lot of people know because One Direction took some lyrics, or they took the hook of the song, or the chorus. Teenage Kicks was actually the favorite song by what's his name? I forgot his name. You know who I'm talking about if you know this song. That old that British radio host guy that helped a lot of people's careers. I forgot his name. It was his favorite song, and I think it's one of the greatest songs that ever made. I agree with him. Then this one's weird. Is The Whole Truth, Can You Lose by Following God? I've actually been listening to and discovering a lot of kind of old, like soul, funk, gospel type music from the 70s lately, and this one's my favorite. This one that everybody knows because it was sampled in Kanye's what's the one? God Is. No. What is the one like Nightlife, Christ-like? That is On God. No. God, that's on God Is the one where it's like King of Kings with the Lord. That's God Is. Follow God. Stretch my hand. Oh my God. You know what I'm talking about. You know what song it is. Anyways, there's that one. And the last song is the CD that I don't have with me right now. Is Yes is Close to the Edge. Man, potential one of the greatest songs ever made. Just amazing. What else is there to say about it? So yeah, those are the songs I've been listening a lot in 2020. My favorite ones. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.